I'm about to show you the ultimate hack for turning one long video into a stack of attention-grabbing short clips. The best part is that this process is incredibly easy once you understand the simple workflow I'm about to share. Okay, let's get real about how tough grinding out consistent short content used to be for me personally. I used to record a 40-minute session and then just stare at my editing timeline for hours trying to find the gold nuggets. It was honestly a soul-crushing, inefficient cycle that killed my momentum every single week. Now, I literally just hand the entire raw footage file over to an AI assistant. This magic tool instantly finds all the high-impact moments, cuts them into polished clips, and even plans my publishing schedule. Seriously, it feels like I've got a whole mini content team living right inside my laptop now. The first step is super simple. Record your long video however you feel most comfortable, whether it's a webcam or a nice camera. You absolutely do not need a fancy studio setup for this. Just aim for clear audio and keep the main message visible. Then, you just upload that single complete file right into the AI platform. The artificial intelligence immediately analyzes the entire recording from start to finish. It specifically hunts for things like emotional peaks, punchlines, crucial questions, and those perfect video hooks. It does this analysis incredibly fast and presents you with a whole menu of clip options to review immediately. Now, you might be familiar with the old school way of doing things, like manually exporting from complex editing software. That traditional route usually involves punching in markers or using transcription tools that still need heavy manual input. Those older workflows absolutely work, but they are painfully slow or still rely too much on your constant granular judgment. This AI's auto-editing approach is completely different because it uses known performance patterns to pick the most viral-worthy segments. That doesn't mean you can skip reviewing everything, because you should always make those final tiny tweaks. But you are completely off the hook from combing through an entire hour of footage by hand, which is the massive time save. To make the AI selections even sharper, try being intentionally energetic during your recording sessions. Throw in verbal signposts like saying this next part is key to guide the algorithm's attention. The AI is much better at identifying engaging phrases when your vocal energy noticeably shifts. My second big tip is setting your desired aspect ratios right at the start if you know your target platforms. The system will automatically prepare vertical, square, or landscape cuts so you never have to reframe every clip later on. Once the AI generates your batch of clips, you need to do a quick but essential review pass on each one. You should definitely swap out any suggested thumbnails if you feel one isn't quite right for the clip's message. Also, adjust the start and end frames by a second or two if the AI clipped a word too early or too late. A critical step is polishing the captions, because badly transcribed text can severely impact your video's performance. Pro move alert: leverage platform-specific caption templates, as TikTok likes short bursts while YouTube can handle more text. Luckily, the tool provides fully editable captions and automatic subtitles, making those necessary corrections take just a minute. Let's talk specifically about getting those initial seconds right, because the thumbnail and hook are make or break elements. While the AI suggests great thumbnail frames based on high engagement data, you still need to visually approve every single one. Sometimes the machine picks a frame with unflattering lighting or just a strange facial expression, so be sure to replace it. Replace a weak image with a clean, clear frame and then layer on a short, punchy overlay title that reinforces the hook. Simple text overlays that immediately promise value, like 3 quick tips, work wonders for initial click-through rates. Now for the secret sauce that most creators completely forget about: consistent, automated scheduling. Spending a whole weekend batching clips is useless if you then post them out sporadically across different dates. This platform's auto-schedule feature takes your entire batch and intelligently disperses them across a calendar for you. Want to post once every single day at 6 p.m. for the next 30 days? Just set that preference and it handles the rest. Prefer a less frequent but steady pace, like exactly 3 posts per week? That setting is just as simple to implement. The AI spaces everything out for optimal audience cadence so you maintain a steady presence without overwhelming your followers. This capability is huge because consistent output is the #1 driver for growth, and that is the hardest thing to keep up manually. The content calendar view within the tool is another genuinely underrated piece of magic you need to explore. This is where you can drag and drop clips around, quickly change captions, and even set up A/B thumbnail variants. You can easily reschedule a post from Monday over to Friday with a simple drag and drop motion inside the interface. You can also bulk edit captions across several posts at once or schedule reposts with different hooks to test what drives clicks. Think of this as planning your entire social media season in one intuitive click instead of wrestling with confusing spreadsheets. Let's quickly contrast this with other professional solutions you might be using right now. Premiere Pro is unmatched for high-end cinematic edits where you demand absolute frame-by-frame creative control. However, it was never designed to automatically find viral soundbites or handle cross-platform publishing schedules on its own. Descript is awesome when your workflow is strictly text-first based and you rely heavily on precise transcript editing. But Descript doesn't natively schedule your posts across social platforms or manage a publishing calendar for you automatically. Then you have other apps that stitch clips together, but they often nickel and dime you with per export fees or strict upload limits. This one platform bundles the clip picking, the scheduling, and the content calendar into one cohesive workflow so you can actually scale. That comprehensive package stops the entire process from leading to creator burnout while increasing your output volume. It is absolutely crucial that you never treat this AI as some kind of magical wand that requires zero human input. You must always review the clips with your own human eye to check for any contextual errors or awkward jump cuts. Sometimes, the AI will accidentally snip a joke right before the setup lands, or it might chop off the final punchline entirely. Making a tiny 10-second tweak to the edit can be the difference between a choppy clip and one that flows perfectly. Here are some of my favorite creative ways I use this system to maximize my content ROI every single week. You can take one single hour-long podcast episode and turn it into an entire week's worth of short-form promotional material. Another great use is chopping a lengthy webinar into a series of focused, bite-sized micro lessons for daily posts. Pull out the funniest, most impactful mic drop moments from a live stream and isolate them for maximum engagement. A neat trick is exporting a wider, cinematic establishing shot as a separate clip to promote the main video elsewhere. You are essentially taking one main asset and intelligently repurposing it into many different audience-specific pieces of content. For even better technical results from the AI, you must prioritize crystal clear audio quality in your original recording. If possible, invest a little bit in a cheap lavalier or a dedicated USB microphone for your voice track. Make sure your face and eyes are visible for at least a decent portion of the clip so the audience can connect. When you are teaching something, proactively drop in visual cues like numbers or on-screen captions to support your teaching. If you plan to use any B-roll or slide decks, upload them with specific timestamps or as separate files so the AI knows where to place them. Always include a call to action clip at the very end of your source video, even if it's just 5 seconds of asking for a follow. That dedicated CTA clip helps the AI create short videos that naturally finish with the exact action you want the viewer to take. When you look at your analytics, move past just counting total views and focus deeply on retention and engagement metrics. The platform makes it very simple to see exactly which clips keep people glued to the screen and which ones lose them after the first 3 seconds. Use those hard data insights to immediately refine your next batch of recordings by injecting more energy or tightening your hooks. To circle back to pricing, yes, some alternative tools might appear cheaper or offer services separately, but many of those cheaper options will force you to manually export for every single platform you use, which is a huge bottleneck. This particular solution's true advantage is the integrated workflow that covers editing, scheduling, and content organization all in one place. This system is specifically for the creator who needs speed and predictability to scale their publishing without completely burning out their creative energy. Here is one practical workflow I personally use every single week for maximum efficiency. Take a 60-minute recorded session, let the AI find 12 high potential clips, do a quick review, and then auto-schedule them for 3 posts a week. Another method is splitting a 30-minute how-to video into focused lessons and scheduling them daily to drive traffic back to the main content. For batch creation, I upload 5 different interviews at once and curate a playlist of 60 shorts to publish consistently over a whole month. My final pro tip is to embrace systematic A/B testing using the platform's duplication feature. Duplicate a clip that performed well, change only the title or the first 2 seconds, and schedule both variants to run for a week. By letting the data show you which hook gets spike retention, you learn what truly resonates and you can double down on it immediately. So, is this system absolutely flawless? Definitely not, because the AI still occasionally misses context or suggests a strange thumbnail. But the sheer amount of time it frees up and the consistency it brings to your publishing schedule are absolutely game-changing advantages. If your goal is scaling content creation without hiring an editor or living inside complex editing software, this is a must-have shortcut. If you want the deep dive on structuring an hour-long interview to chop into 30 perfect shorts, I have a full breakdown available elsewhere. Go try batching just one video right now and be amazed at how many posts you can get out of a single 1-hour recording session. Remember, the goal is to let the AI handle the tedious grinding so you can focus your creative spark on the parts only you can do. If you want me to drop the tutorial showing my exact screen recorded workflow step by step, just let me know by typing the word below. Alright everyone, go create something awesome now that you know how to speed up the publishing process dramatically.